Tim Morgan from Castle Rock Imports. Tim, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Good.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about your business and what you do?
Okay, Tim Morgan, I'm the owner of Castle Rock Imports. We've been in Castle Rock for 25 years. We specialize in German and Japanese auto repair. We're rated an A+ by the Better Business Bureau for years. If you go on Google, we've got over 265 star reviews through Google. I think one of our great attributes is that integrity and honesty is at the forefront of everything that we do. We really do care about everybody that comes through the door and try to do the best job that we can. And 99.9% of the time we come through with whatever we say we're going to do.
Do you get a lot of requests for crazy stuff that's hard to get?
In this, I've been doing it for 40 years, so I've probably seen everything underneath the gun. I would probably say there is a possibility of that, but again, everything lends to experience. I mean, like we've got a 16-year Mercedes Master Tech, so our German work, I don't think there's anybody in this town that can work on German cars the way we do. Experience mandates, like the guy that does a lot of my Honda and Subaru work is 25 years experience. My other guys have 5 or 6 years experience but are really good, so it all plays into itself.
So tell us about some of the brands that you can handle that other places around here might not be able to.
Well, let's go back to Mercedes-Benz, because I know this to be a fact. There isn't anybody in the Larkspur, Castle Rock, Sedalia, anywhere even in Parker that has more experience with Mercedes-Benz than we do, and also with Audi and BMW. And we only use original equipment parts. I don't use aftermarket stuff. So I would say BMW, Mercedes, and Audi. Yeah. So I think we're really good in that respect than other people, just because we specialize in these cars.
Yeah. So what's your most requested? Do you have a most requested part that you have to replace for people?
Brakes.
Brakes.
Yeah, because brakes are being used all the time,
yeah.
And it's a frictional type piece, so it's being worn all the time. So it's not so much that they're requested, we just get a lot of people that are needing brakes and stuff like that and come in. That's where we play in again. I'm really, we only use the best parts. So in other words, if every time that we can, we're using original equipment parts on your car because they're manufactured for the car. Everything that we do comes with a 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty, which is even better than the dealerships can afford to do.
Yeah.
So it's really good.
Do other places, maybe other car repair places, come to you for parts and stuff? Do you ever have
They don't come to us for parts. They sure would like us to give them advice on how to fix cars all the time.
So how many, just for example, how many mechanics do you have?
We have, in the back I've got 4 technicians. Up front, Josh, the gentleman that was right next to me just now, is my assistant, and he's been with me for 11 years. So, that's, I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
So you said Japanese cars as well,
Yes, sir.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So we can bring the Lexus here.
Yeah,
We
so
can.
the Lexus, Toyota, Honda, Subaru, Acura, Hyundai, Kia, all of them. Again, what I think we pride ourselves on is diagnostics. In other words, check engine lights are a big situation. If you don't have the right equipment and the right people working that equipment, you're going to be either for the wrong repair being done, and they should have done the right thing in the right place, and that's where we pride ourselves in. If we give you an estimate, 99% of the time, it's going to be exactly what it is, and you don't have to worry about it.
So are there any special services you offer?
Are
you running any specials or anything like that?
We're always running specials. So if you go on our website, castlerockimports.net, there's always coupons running and specials on everything that we do. So, and like we're running right now, if people give us a Google review, they enter a raffle for $400 bill credit that's applied to the next time they bring their car in. And so that helps out a lot, helps our customers, helps us, and they can say whatever they want. We want the truth.
Yeah. No, good.
Yeah,
That's
you
what-
should
don't
take.
find that
Do you
very
want to
often.
look at the shop?
I was
absolutely.
just gonna ask
Yeah,
you
okay.
if we could go look at the
Oh,
shop.
were you really?
Yeah,
Okay.
you must have been reading my mind.
Okay. So one of the things that, when you're standing up there, you really don't have a picture of how big we are back here. And so, like for instance, like we've got like 1, 2, 3, 4 bays here, and 5 here. And this is an alignment machine that we do our alignments with. And it's state of the art. So in other words, right now there's very few. I guarantee you, there's very few companies in Castle Rock, auto repair shops that have this Hawkeye alignment machine, and it's state of the art. So we're like with Mercedes Benz and stuff like that. It's got code readers on it. So if we bring the car and put it up on the hoist. With this, there's a barcode inside the door that has the VIN number. We put this on there, flash it, and immediately the specifications for the car comes up on it of where the car's sitting, and then we put our heads on it and we're able to do the alignment.
Technology.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's amazing.
It's real specific to the cars, so we know what we're doing that way.
Also, extremely clean.
Well, to be honest with you, it's not as clean as we usually have it, seriously. And that's, what the great thing is, I don't have to tell my guys to clean. They really take pride in their areas.
Yeah.
See that toolbox right there?
Yeah.
So you can always tell a good technician, I know this sounds crazy, but on the size of the box, okay?
I say the same thing.
Okay. Okay. So that right
I
there.
have to edit that out. I don't know.
So there's like that box right there has probably put about $80,000 worth of tools in it.
Yeah.
That he had to pay for himself because that helps him do his job right.
Yeah.
But it also tells you the focus and where he's at and his ability too.
Wow. This is really impressive.
Yeah.
This is impressive. Good job. I just never would have guessed it was this big.
No, and people
Nice.
don't. That's why usually when people come in and they've never been here before, not that I'm trying to brag, but I want them to know that we do what we say we're going to do, and we're not a bunch of rookies here. We know what we're doing. So when the pandemic came and they were shutting everything down in the beginning, if you remember, we didn't even know what an essential business was. By the grace of God, an essential business was one of us that we were able to stay open. But in the beginning, we didn't know that. So when everything started shutting down, I called a meeting with my employees and told them that come hell or high water, we were going to stay afloat, and I wasn't going to lay off anybody. And they buckled down. And we started cold calling customers and telling them that we were open and we were giving discounts and stuff like that. And what was amazing, within a week we had generated over $12,000 to $15,000 worth of work in the first 2 weeks, which really started the momentum of what was going on. But the great thing is that our customer base is really deep, and they really do care about us.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's obvious you care about them.
Yep. So they just started, when they found out, they started telling other people we were open. We're having a great year. But you know what was really cool is that 2 months or 3 months, let's say back in June or whatever, we'd have customers come in and the first thing they'd ask is how we're doing, and that they were glad we were open. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was just awesome to hear your customers that, because they're literally, I have customers that have been coming to me for 20 to 25 years. So it's kind of like a family, you know?
Well, when your customers actually care about you, that's a testament to the way that you run your business.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you very much.
Well, and I'd have made the assumption, I mean, we took our Lexus up to Cooney because I assumed that nobody else could do what they could do. It sounds to me as if you've got the same capabilities here. Is that true? I mean,
more.
diagnostics machine and so on?
Actually, I'm really glad you brought that up. If you compare my prices to any of the dealer prices as far as any type of service, from an oil change to brakes, whatever, I'm going to be at least 25 to 30% less than a dealer. but you're getting the same exact part for less money. And I believe that the quality is either equal or better than the dealer. We'll even get to the point that if a customer wants to talk to the tech that's working on their car to be introduced, we do that to build a relationship so they know what's going on that way. You won't get that at the dealer.
Oh, absolutely not.
And like for instance, like with Mercedes-Benz and BMW and Audi, Mercedes-Benz right now is at $210 an hour.
Wow.
BMWs is about 185 to 190. I wouldn't be surprised that Cooney Lexus is probably somewhere around 160 to 175 dollars an hour.
Oh,
Yeah.
Which we are dramatically less than. I can say, like I said, I can save people money. People will call me sometimes, they go, well, you know, how do you compare to shops in the area? Well, I'm not trying to be bragging or whatever, but I don't compare myself to anybody. You know, the work we do here stands alone by itself, and that's the way I conduct my business.
You've mentioned, and I think it's important for people to know, that you do general maintenance here too, like
Yep.
oil changes.
Yeah,
It's
thank
not
you.
just for when your car breaks
Yeah,
down.
so we have, because of the virus, before the virus hit, this waiting room, besides the jukebox, it's not really mine that I'm holding for somebody, but we had 4 chairs in here. And because of the virus, we decided that we would only have one waiter oil change, or somebody waiting for an oil change in the morning at 9 o'clock. Before we were doing 2 to 3 oil changes on a wait, but because of the virus, we don't want to have anybody hanging around in here.
Yeah.
So we do 1 oil change on a weight basis. Other than that, you have to leave the car for the day. But then just even on an oil change, the oil filter that I use, like for your Lexus or a BMW or Audi, is going to be genuine to that car. I don't use aftermarket oil filters or anything like that. We go specific to the oil that's compatible to the car. So in other words, on a Lexus, it might be a 0520 weight or a 020 weight oil. Then that's what's going to be put in your car, and it's going to be the best brands of synthetic motor oil. Tire rotations. We sell, in fact, Michelin came to me 5 years ago and asked us to be a Michelin tire point because they knew the amount of German cars we were doing. So we became a Michelin tire point. Our prices on Michelin tires are equivalent to discount Costco, Sam's Club, or whatever. But if you buy the tires from us, then we rotate them at no charge. So if you come in for an oil change, you get a free tire rotation.
That's great.
Yeah, it is.
That's
It's cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else that we haven't asked you that you want to share with the
asked
town?
great questions and stuff. I can just tell anybody that Everett, if you give us a shot, we're going to treat your car as if we treat our own. We're passionate about what we do here, and that's probably why that's one of the main ingredients. I've been in business for 25 years in Castle Rock. So that's about it.
Well, Tim, it was so nice
It was
meeting
a pleasure
you.
meeting you too.
And it's been a great interview.
Oh, thank you. It's been
Yeah.
fun.
Thanks for giving us your time today.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming by.
This is Tim Morgan from Castle Rock Imports. Tell them the address.
Our address is 736 Castleton Road, Unit D, Castle Rock 80109.
All right. Thanks.
Hey, thank you very much.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Okay, cool.